I have 7 p.m. If you'll have a seat, please. Hello and welcome to the October 5th, 2021 City Council meeting. We will begin with invocation by Councilmember Cox and afterward a pledge of allegiance being led by Richmond Police Chief Mitch Shores. Kristen.
Let me pray. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we just thank you for this day that you've given to each one of us. We thank you, Lord, for the safe travel mercies and the help that you've given us so that we can be here. And Lord, I just come before you and ask, God, that in the busyness of all that we have on our plates, each one of us in our own areas, God, that you just give us time sometimes just to stop and truly reflect on what we're doing, why we're doing it, God, and then help each one of us to make the best decisions for this community and the residents that live here. Lord, we all love this city, and God, we just ask that you just send blessings upon each and every decision that's made throughout the city and the county, God, that's going to in some way impact each person that lives here. And God, we just ask that you help each one of us here tonight as we make decisions moving forward. Just give us discernment with each different subject that comes before us, Lord, and help us to look to you for guidance and direction in every single decision that's made. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're pleased to have a few special guests with us. Of course, everybody's special, but there are a few I'd like to recognize. We have our city attorney, Mr. Ray Smith. He's with us tonight. Former Mayor Richard Davis and his lovely wife Christine. They are here with us as well. Thank you, Mayor. Billy Tomlinson, State Court Judge. Thank you. Don Montgomery, County Solicitor, is here. Dallas Daniel, Bryan County Commissioners. Andrew Johnson, Bryan County Commissioners. And Billy Reynolds, our former police chief and probate court judge. Thank y'all for being here. Next up, we have a fun part of the meeting, and that's the Friend of the City recognition. The Friend of the City Award has been established by the City of Richmond Hill to recognize and show appreciation to those who have made exemplary contributions to our community. Ray, would you come join me, please? Yep, I think we surprised him.
You did.
He probably doesn't like surprises, but this is a good one. No, you're good.
Okay.
Proverbs 15:22 reads, "Without consultation, plans are frustrated, but with many counselors, they succeed." For over 40 years, this city has received the wise counsel of our city attorney, Ray Smith. In that long and unprecedented tenure, Ray has served 4 mayors, countless council members, and our residents with a faithful dedication to the law and a loyalty to our city. Without variation, Ray has provided and continues to provide timely advice and an unparalleled knowledge of Georgia state law. Most of the time, what he says is going to happen, happens. And council can make difficult decisions knowing that he is in our corner. He has defended our city tirelessly, including before the Supreme Court of Georgia. From the moment Ray Smith received his Juris Doctorate from John Marshall Law School, he has demonstrated unwavering commitment to serving the public and the justice system. He has served as Solicitor General for Bryan County and City Attorney for us and Guyton, as well as Judge of the Bryan County State Court. Governor Nathan Deal appointed Ray to fill the vacancy of Bryan County State Court Judge in 2016, and he won election to a full-term in office. This award is aptly named when considering the contributions and steadfast guidance of our barrister, counselor, and friend, Ray Smith.
Mayor, I am taken aback which doesn't happen often, but nonetheless, I am taken aback, and I cannot tell you what this means to me. Thank you so much. It's been just an absolute pleasure to serve the city through all these years, and I just appreciate it.
We have a little something for Miss Judy, too.
Oh, my God. You turn it down.
We also invite Ray to, and our past friend of the city, David Blige, to ride in our Christmas parade and represent us as friend of the city. Council, we need to approve the agenda. Is there a motion as such?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
A motion by Councilmember Scholar. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Cox. All in favor? The motion carries. Next up is the consent agenda. Council, is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilmember Fussell. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Ward. All in favor? The motion carries. Planning and zoning, Scott Allison.
Evening. Mayor, as you know, you guys serve as the Board of Zoning Appeals as well as City Council. So the first item we have requires a public hearing. If you want to open that up for us.
I hereby open up the public hearing.
Our public hearing is revolving around a petition that's been filed with the City of Richmond Hill by Expercare requesting a variance to Article 16, Table 1610 of the Unified Development Ordinance on maximum number of building signs permitted. In order to have an additional building sign, the property is located at 60 Exchange Street, Suite B7, and it's zoned C1 General Commercial District. Council, within your packet, you will find the application for the variance, as well as some imagery that's been provided, as well as the hardship that's been created and the conditions that exist. In short, the tenant space, there's 3 tenant spaces being taken up by Expercare, and I've also added in on your, at the dais here for you a night view that really shows the lack of space on that far left tenant space. That's where they're requesting this additional sign on this sheet. With the renderings, you'll see it's sign A. So it's just as small as, Scrap refers to, I think it's X-Man. X-Man. Got that right. And it's to fill that tenant space. Again, there's sign placeholders in that shopping center. And again, by them taking that space, there's an empty placeholder there. It does require variance because we do have, as you know, limitation on number of signs per business. But we do run into this on occasion when businesses expand in their business activities and or just take over additional space. They are here if you have any questions for them after the public hearing, or if you wish to have them come up and speak and give you additional information.
public hearing. Is there anybody here to speak for or against this petition?
Mr. Mayor, I wasn't going to say anything. Georgie Grazer, chairman of the Downtown Development Authority. This is an important business for us, one that brings a lot of traffic through, and the people who go there will visit the other businesses in our city. Additionally, frankly, I think aesthetically it looks good. So I hope that you'll choose to support the business and support the DDA.
That's a four. Is there anybody else for or against? Hearing none, I close the public hearing.
Now we have the item for consideration. It's approval, disapproval of the petition filed with the City of Richmond Hill by Expert requesting a variance to Article 16, Table 1610 of the Unified Development Ordinance on maximum number of building signs permitted in order to have an additional building sign. The property is located at 60 Exchange Street, Suite B7, and is zoned C1 General Commercial District. Can answer any questions.
Council, any questions or concerns? Is there a motion to approve?
Mayor, I was going to say, I make a motion to approve the petition filed with the city of Richmond Hill by Expert Care to allow a variance to the Unified Development Ordinance on the maximum number of signs.
Motion to approve by Councilmember Scholar. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Fussell. All in favor? Motion carries.
Okay. Now we're moving on to your items for consideration as City Council. I have a report quickly on the Planning Commission meeting. They met last Monday and approved a conditional use for home-based business on Bleckley, and also made a recommendation for approval of the plat that is for your consideration tonight. Moving forward, we have the approval disapproval of the preliminary plat, approval disapproval of the preliminary plat submitted by Coleman Company for parcel 17B of the Belfast PUD to be located on Belfast Keller Road, a portion of map and parcel number 049004. Council, you have within your packet the application for this, as well as the general location map to give you your bearings a little bit better, where the Greater Beachy Parkway dead ends on Belfast Keller Road is right in front of this property. The applicant is looking to parcel this out in order to market it for sales. I've also included with you 11 by 17, so it's the electrical name half 11 that's in the packet. Representative from Rayonier's here, so if you have any specific questions. It does meet all of our ordinance requirements related to subdivision. It meets the requirements of the PUD.
Council, any questions? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Councilmember Ward. Is there a second? Second by Councilmember Cox. All in favor? The motion carries.
Thank you.
Any business communications, and next up, city manager.
Thank you, Mayor. As mentioned in the workshop meeting last week, we talked about the odor elimination system for the Main Street lift station, which has been an issue for a while. So I'm looking for the approval of that purchase for $28,947. If you remember our discussion last time, we talked about that there was some ongoing costs. We don't know what those are, but they're estimated to be about $36,000 annually. Excuse me.
And that's for the chemicals and
Correct.
just general maintenance.
Correct.
That's already been added into the budget.
Correct.
Council, any other questions? This is definitely a smelly situation. I can get that in there. Council, hearing no other questions, is there a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase of the odor elimination system for the Main Street lift station.
Motion to approve by Councilmember Fussell. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilmember Scholar. All in favor? Motion carries. Last on the agenda are public comments. Ms. Angela Davis. Hello, Ms. Davis.
Again, I'm back because I have expressed and provided massive And I've had several inspections done in my house. My main concern that there are no final inspections for an EMS particular or anything like that. The city can't provide me with a certificate of occupancy. I have shown in pictures and via email to the city where the construction was not completed via the inspection report. I've also sent pictures showing that the grade or the, bearing of the property is not correct. Because when it rains, it's just all tongue in my backyard. With the back wall of my house is completely damaged and it's black mold all over it and everything else. There's only been 3 others and one of them, bought an investment property and it's a little bit. So there's, not to say that it hasn't been an ongoing issue with that house. There's no completed caulking on the siding. On the inside, the fireplace flues still loose, and like I said, if you look at all the reports, all of this stuff is on the report, saying that it was not completed or needed to be completed. And that brings it to the massive live oak in the front yard. With the foundation not being completed, which, you can dig down, it's not completely correct. It's causing those roots to start invading the structure of the house. And it's literally tearing the foundation apart. And I've repeatedly have asked for that to be removed. Again, I still can't find the legal help or the legal representation that the city has told me to find. I can't find companies to help me because as soon as I save trees, I ban. It's just starting to get very costly and endangering my family with everything going on with this house. I'm 100% sure there's other residents with the same building that are probably having the same issues and not knowing what the underlying issues could be on the property of the house. Regardless of the age of the house and stuff, this stuff is going on with the house. Shouldn't be. Going on. Also, the drainage ditch area by my house, they came out and finally cut, the area out. But they left everything in there. So last time we had heavy rain and I sent a picture, it was like that far off the bank, where it was actually cleaned over into my property. And that's like all the drainage ditches and so on. The sidewalk area where the big live oak is in front of my house is actually starting to cave in. It's like sinking. I've also noticed that, my front porch is starting to separate from, I know it's like separate slabs, but it's like starting to actually separate the stone from one side. The post out front, there's times that it's balanced and they're sturdy. There's times I can walk and just push it. And then literally squeak. It's been bad. But I'm just asking, what am I supposed to do? No certificate of occupancy, nothing. I got water coming in my wall because none of that was correctly done.
Are you?
No. I'm done.
And it's our policy to just listen to these.
No, I know, I'm sorry.
Making mistakes.
Mhm.
Council, is there any other business? Do you have anything for the good? I've heard something about that. October 15th to 17th. Is very, very far. They're on full steam. They are taking Is there a second? Second by